Mexico, England. Again, very difficult to say. Well, in this World Cup, given all the circumstances, even outside football, it's really very difficult to predict. Mexico City, the stadium of Azteca, is more difficult because it's 2,200 plus meters above sea level. England trained there a few times, maybe not even a few, and even Thomas Tuchel, the coach, said that it was really, the conditions were difficult. England is not used to that altitude. So that's difficulty number one. It's not going to be hot, it's going to be about 19-20 degrees, so it's ideal to play football. But again, like in New York, you have these warnings of thunderstorms and lightning and possible delay of a match, as it happened in the match between Mexico and Ecuador. The match was delayed for an hour. So all that influences quite significantly. If you look from a purely football side, the English press, and you know, English press is very aggressive and it goes into very fine details tactically and technically. So they are asking a general question. Is England under Tuchel better than England was under Southgate? I would answer to that question very simply, yes, because the Tuchel would never play Spain the way Southgate played Spain in the final of last European Cup. So, but not a big difference in a sense that England is not convincing. The English press says, so it's complicated, structurally unconvincing. That means there is they don't see a team. They don't see yet a team. They see individuals, but they don't see a team. Emotionally flat early. That they refer to the game against Congo, where they really started emotionally flat, which is quite awkward in a game in a knockout stage. Then they say that vulnerable in specific positions. No, that means right back. Everybody is injured. James is injured. Tuchel doesn't know whom to play because none of the right backs are in perfect or acceptable physical conditions. And then too dependable on Harry Kane, which is true. If not Harry Kane, England very probably may have been already out of a World Cup, because it's only Harry Kane who saved them with 2 goals. Especially the second one was a masterpiece, and only he can do it. So England has its problems, and they're quite serious, and if they don't change radically today, they risk a lot. Not only because of the altitude, but because Mexico has played 4 games, won all of them, scored 8 goals and considered none. So if England scores, it scores the first goal against Mexico in 5 matches. So Mexico's defense works, and their confidence, their self-esteem grows. They beat Ecuador 2-0. I mean, Ecuador is the second team in Latin America after Argentina, according to the qualification results. And obviously it gives you a push, it gives you an emotional, so you know, it's a big emotional push. And a lot of enthusiasm in Mexico City and in Mexico in general. And that is really, Mexico is a team. Of course, you can't compare the individuals. It's not enough to see how much they cost. How much does the English team cost and how much does the Mexican team cost? Uncomparable. absolutely uncomparable numbers. But as a group, as a collective, Mexicans are stronger. There is absolutely no doubt, and they believe in themselves. That is, they have that self-esteem and self-confidence. In football, it may become a deciding factor. Not anger or not fear, but self-confidence. England fears a lot Gilberto Mora. Gilberto Mora is a young, very promising midfielder who is, who is really technically very gifted, and he's a man of a last pass. Of a pass that gives a possibility to score. The English papers say that maybe he should be sort of watched personally. I don't think that Tuchel will ever go for it. He'll never dedicate a man to a man of his opponent. That is going to be sort of, you play one player less. Yeah, the other one doesn't play, but you don't play. And if the other one doesn't play and you don't play, so you will lose in Mexico City. So England has to be very active in the opening phase, really watch Mexico, because Mexico and Ecuador, the first half hour, it was a hurricane. Ecuador did not expect that, so England must expect it. But from my point of view, the problem is that from the first game, Mexico, opening game, Mexico against South Africa, game after game after game, Mexico was evolving and is evolving. Now, I don't know what will happen today. And England, on the contrary, is de-evolving. It's, if you take from Croatia, where we won 4-2, and it was really a convincing victory, from Croatia onwards, they are deteriorating. They're not getting better. They're getting worse. And I don't see England as a team. And if they don't become a team today, they won't have another chance. So, I wish that to see a great game, and I wish to see the real England, which I imagined before the World Cup started. I did not imagine Mexico so strong, and again, 50-50.